Hello guys, it's LazyBeast here today with a complete Emerald Dream guide for you to kick you off as soon as 10.2 launches, to let you know what exactly you'll be getting up to in the Emerald Dream and what you can spend your time doing. So this is indeed where you will be spending most of your time outdoors in patch 10.2. We've got the new faction to earn renown with, the Dream Wardens, with a variety of nice rewards like pets, mounts and transmogs as you can imagine. There's a few different types of outdoor events, tons of rares, treasures, loads of transmogs to be earned from various things, all of the new druid appearances to collect for yourself, so any druids out there, and plenty of more things to get your teeth stuck into. So let's start with how to unlock it and how do we get there. So as soon as you log in when 10.2 launches, you'll get a little quest popping up, which is the start of the 10.2 campaign storyline. So all you need to do is follow through with the quests on that, and that will help you unlock the Emerald Dream and take you to the central encampment, which is the new sort of hub where you'll find a lot of the quests come from, and the inn is there and a few of the vendors. To get there in the future, there are two methods. One of them is quick, one of them will take slightly longer. The longer way around to do it is to actually fly over the Onaran Plains and to the portal just on the left of the map there. That's one way you can get into it. Or the quickest way is as soon as you completed the first part of the campaign, you can take the portal from the Emerald Enclave in Valdrakken, and that'll take you straight to the main encampment, but it is a one-way portal. Once you have unlocked this though on one of your characters, you can use this on your alts. So very early on you'll be introduced to the new faction of this patch, the Dream Wardens, some nice little druidic guys whose job it is to look after the Emerald Dream. So you can gain rep with them from all the usual various ways. They do have a weekly quest to go out and gain a certain amount of rep with them. Once you've done that, you will get a reputation token that grants you 1,500 rep. Now, a major tip that might save you a lot of time with this. Next week, after the patch launches, is the actual Warcraft anniversary, and with that comes a 19% buff to experience and reputation, usually, so it might be very beneficial to you to save any reputation tokens that you get to give you a lovely almost 20% boost to your reputation gain from that token. So that's just one thing to bear in mind if you are quite serious about getting ahead with this rep. There is the chance that this may not work retroactively though, so this may only apply to tokens that you get after the anniversary event starts, but it's worth potentially saving them up if you're not too bothered about having that propulsion of a reputation before the event. So that's the new faction. Pretty much everything you do in the Emerald Dream will grant reputation towards them, whether that's killing rares, looting treasures, doing events. So let's have a look at what those events may be. The first big one is the Superbloom. So every hour, on the hour, is when this event will start. There is a weekly quest for this event too, so make sure you pick that up from the Dryad mob that lurks around near Spruce Crown, the big guy that you're going to be supporting during this event, and you can complete that as well. Don't worry if you don't get that first time, you can get it at a later time, and you've got the rest of the week to complete it. And like I say, it happens every hour, so there's plenty of opportunity. You will see the icon on the map for where Spruce Crown is. He hangs around just outside the main encampment, so you will know where to go, and this will move around the map as Spruce Crown sets off on his adventures. Now there's buffs you can grab at times from these large plants called Dream Fruits. They work a little bit like Torghast powers, so you can get these just as the event is beginning. Make sure you pick some of those up to boost you as you do the event. So what you do is you follow Spruce Crown around and you help him basically do his job, which is to help all the things in the Emerald Dream grow. There's lots of different mini objectives to do as you're going through this. It is kind of building on the Tuskar Soup event that we're used to from the past. Now, what they've done is they've been quite clever with this in two ways. First of all, when I tried this event, I wasn't too sure on the fact that you had to constantly move around all the time, but then I realised this is very good because people can't just come and sit there AFK and leech off all your progress, so that is quite a clever way of doing this. The second improvement they've had on this kind of world event is the fact that you can do this very capably solo. So if you're on a quiet realm, don't worry, or if there's only 3 people that turn up, because you will get a buff which is called Lone Wolf's Courage, and even if there's a few of you rather than a huge group, you'll still get a buff, but it won't be quite as strong, which gives you a bonus to your stats, but also you'll earn bonus bloom, which is the sort of currency that you're trying to collect to help Spruce Crown on his ventures. So you'll still get bonuses to what you do, making it very possible to still get the max reward from doing this, even as a solo player. I really wish they would go back and add this same kind of buff to the previous events we've got, like the Researchers Under Fire event and the Soup event, those kind of things, just to help people out if they are still trying to get things from those. So Blizzard, if you do happen to be listening, you know what to do. So these events take roughly 15 to 20 minutes, and once you have finished with it, the final stage will be to defeat a big wave of enemies and then a final boss. And then once you kill that, the event will end, and then Spruce Crown will set off some fireworks, absolutely terrifying the local wildlife. How inconsiderate. Okay, so that's your Superbloom. So after the Superbloom, there's also the Dreaming Frenzy, which is a short event which happens around twice every hour. So I used to think this only happened after every Superbloom, but it's not, it's more often than that. And the idea of this is the wildlife is now blooming like crazy in the Emerald Dream, and some of the mobs there have gone into a bit of a frenzy and got overpowered, so we need to calm them down a bit by basically farming them for a short period of time, and this is a great way actually to earn them Emerald Dewdrops, which you're going to need for the next kind of event, the Dreaming Bounties, or sometimes people call them the Emerald Bounties, but they're the same thing. So what are the Emerald Bounties? Now these are always active, and you can always take part in them as long as you have a seed in your bags, whether that's a small dream seed, a plump dream seed, or a gigantic dream seed, which are the uncommon, rare, and epic versions of the different seeds. You'll start the event by going up to a patch of fertile soil on the ground, which will be marked on your map and your minimap by a little seed icon. Now there can be multiple of these up at any one time. So what you need to do is go up to the patch of soil, plant your chosen seed, and then a 3-minute timer will start, in which you can then contribute to the seed's growth. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. The most simple is to pump the seed up with some of the Emerald Dewdrops, which is what you've just got from the Dreaming Frenzy events. If you fill up the bar, then you get the maximum chance of getting all the rewards from these events. Or you can do tasks in the area nearby, such as squashing bugs, killing nasty plants, and pulling away all the weeds. The better you contribute, the more the seed itself will grow, and once it's finished its growth cycle after the 3 minutes, it'll give you a container to loot and get your reward, with chances at all kind of things depending on what quality of seed you've put in. So the green seeds give you a decent chance at some transmog sets. There's new sets for each armor type that can drop from the common seeds. The pets come from the rare seeds, and if you plant an epic seed, that's what's going to give you the best chance of getting one of the mounts, which are kind of a low drop chance. If you happen to arrive and someone else has already planted a seed, you can still join in and get the max rewards. All you need to do is plant a seed as well yourself, so that then makes you eligible for any of the rewards that come from the end. The bounty that you get at the end of the event will give you some seed bloom. Now this is like another currency which you can use to purchase some of the potential rewards from the satchels themselves. So this is basically a bit of a bad luck protection system for these rewards. Alright then, so those 3 things are your events that you will find happening around the world and probably be taking part in quite a lot until you've got everything that you want from them. One thing that you should probably do when you initially get to the Emerald Dream is go and collect all the new 9 dragon riding glyphs. Now the locations I'll show you here on the map. Now rather than me going around the world and showing you where all these glyphs are and leaving you with a video guide to follow along to, I think the best way of doing this is to download an add-on such as Handy Notes and get the Dragon Glyphs plugin for that, or go to either Wowhead or Icy Veins, their websites, and copy the coordinates into your game using an add-on like TomTom with a combination of the add-on Paste. That's the easiest way to do this, and I will put links into the description so you can go to either one of those websites, whichever you prefer. Once you've got the glyphs, there is a new active ability for your dragon riding mounts and 2 new passives which are probably going to benefit you when you go into the new raid as well, because there is a dragon riding raid boss encounter, but you're going to want these nonetheless anyway. Now another thing to be mindful of in the Emerald Dream is that from completing various activities, you'll collect what are called Slumbering Dream Fragments. Now these are a green, soulbound item that you'll gather through your activities in the zone. Once you've got 5 of these, you can combine them into a minor dream container, and within that, it mostly contains a load of junk or basic food, but there are some ways to gain seeds from this, so especially the common seeds, you can get a few of those from these and maybe some of the rare ones too. But there is a fairly decent chance to get some customizations for your dragon riding mounts. In around 2 hours of playing in the Emerald Dream on the PTR, I gathered around 140 fragments, so I made quite a few boxes from that, and got lots of small seeds, 1 plump seed, and 3 different customizations for the Grotto Netherwing Drake, so that is how you can get your hands on these. Questing wise, there are some side quests to do in the Emerald Dream, quite a few of those with some decent rewards and quite interesting stories to see through there. There is of course the campaign quests. Now, as far as I know, 3 chapters will be available at the start of the expansion when it launches, and then it will continue on the 14th of November with Rathian, and he's going to give you a section called Misfit Dragons, and then the week after that, on the 21st of November, you're going to get the Reforging Tier questline, so that's going to complete the Tier questline, and it will also unlock the white dragon riding skins for your mounts, the skin colour, scale colour if you will. There is of course the new world boss in the Emerald Dream called Orestor the Hibernator, who will spawn the second week of the patch when the season starts and offers nice decent gear from there. And then, as well as all those things, you've got the usual, the treasures and the rares. So there's 10 different treasures to get in the Emerald Dream. What I may do is do a guide specifically on these, because there are some differences with them. It's not just as simple as go to the location and pick them up. I will link you a Wowhead guide, but like I say, I may do a video guide on this in the future. If you do happen to collect all of the 10 unique treasures, then there is quite a cool transmog helm you can get. Once you've done that, the Forest Lord's Antlers. Now, even though these do look very druidic, they can be used by any class, so don't worry about that, any armor type. So yeah, I'll put a link to the Wowhead guide to this in the description as well. Now, there's 23 different rares to kill too. Now, most of which you can solo for their rewards and the rep gains and all the other things that come from them. But there are some super rares that you will need a group to take down. So, there's one final thing to talk about that you can do in the zone, which is the Dream Infusions. Now, once you get to Renown 5 with the Dream Wardens, you'll get a quest called Emerald Reawakening. Once you complete that quest, you can then start infusing creatures with a new currency, Dream Infusions. Now, to get yourself a Dream Infusion, you basically need to fill a bar of Dream Energy, which is kind of like a hidden thing that you'll just collect through doing stuff in the Emerald Dream. I know, it's quite vague. Now, it is hidden, but you can get a weak aura to make this show. Or you can go to Eliana, which is the mob that will give you the quest, the Emerald Reawakening, in the central encampment, and she will tell you what current level of Dream Energy you have. When the bar is full, you can go back to Eliana, and she will give you your Dream Infusion. And then you can then infuse a mount or a pet to basically make it look like an Emerald Dream version of it, so it's all green and kind of glowy, and that will basically give you a separate copy of that mount or pet. So for example, to get this mount called Mammoth, what you need to do is collect a Dream Infusion and then infuse any one of the 4 following mounts. So if you already have the Loyal Mag Mammoth or the Renewed Mag Mammoth, you can infuse one of those and it will create this separate mount, Mammoth. So that's kind of how that works. A little bit weird, I know, but it's one more thing to think about and something to maybe, you know, get collecting. So there we go. That is everything that you can do in the Emerald Dream. If I have missed anything or you want to ask any questions, please do leave me a comment down below, and I do usually reply to all of the comments that you guys leave. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoy your time in 10.2. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing that to get more guides like this for World of Warcraft, and please leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or if it did benefit you in some way. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate your time. Take care, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.